Private jet market is about to explode. This is what this video is about. We're going to talk about the Mar-A-Lago Accords, crypto wealth, fuel prices, and how all these things connect to each other and are going to create this boom in the private jet sector. What are the Mar-A-Lago Accords? And the Mar-A-Lago Accords were created in 2020, but it's not something new. This is based off, it's a modern version of the Plaza Accord, which was created in 1985. The goal of the Plaza Accord was to devalue the US dollar. The result of this was we had a Japanese export boom and obviously American export boom at the same time. This helped to kickstart the US economy and bring more money into the United States. We've also seen this recent visit in the Middle East of the US government, where they did a number of deals to bring in lots of more money and orders for US businesses, creating over 4 million jobs. So this is kind of what's happening. So a lot of people are talking about these tariffs. They don't realize that in reality, it's not about the tariffs. The tariffs were just put out there in order to devalue the US dollar. Now, what happens as the US dollar devalues, and how does this affect the private jet market? Most of the private jets are manufactured in the United States. Think of Gulfstream, manufactured in Georgia, Cessna, manufactured in Kansas, Embraer, even though they're a Brazilian company, they have a manufacturing facility over in Florida, in Melbourne, and Honda Jet are built in North Carolina. Then we look at the avionics, the engines, Honeywell, Garmin, Collins, General Electric, Pratt & Whitney, mostly US based. With a weaker dollar, all these companies and products are going to cost less for those that are buying from abroad. Now, let's look at the crypto market. Bitcoin is above $100,000 again, and it's soaring. According to Mark Moss, which is an economist and YouTuber, and he does a lot of videos here and conferences about the economy, he reckons that over 325 people hold over $100 million in crypto. 28 of these are verified crypto billionaires, and many of them are under 40 years old. Now, these people are chartering jets, they're buying into fractional ownership, they're leasing, or they're buying jets outright. Crypto payments now are starting to be accepted by a number of jet operators, and it's getting easier to turn your crypto into US dollars in order to buy a jet. But there are some people now which are deciding to sell their jets in cryptocurrency. So that's another thing which is going to come onto the market this year. The other thing we have to look at is the price of fuel. Now, with a recent visit by the President of the United States in the Middle East, done a big deal with the Saudi government to bring the price of oil down as the Americans are drilling in America. And this is a way of hitting the Russian economy as well as the Iranian economy, bringing the price of oil down. A lot of people think that during this whole war between Ukraine and Russia, that the Russian economy has been hit big time. But in reality, with the price of oil going up, Russia has only made more money during this war than less money. Of course, war is not a good thing, and many people have died and are dying, and we hope that this war ends soon. The price of fuel is coming down, which means if you are chartering a private jet or you buy your own jet, the cost of operating the jet is going to come down. So this is another thing which needs to be taken into consideration. Now, all this is fueling what I call the quantum economy. And yes, I've written a book called The Quantum Economy. You can get a copy of the book below. And this is about the economy of the future. It talks about private jets, how the private jet plays an important role in this. If we look at the geopolitical moves that are happening right now, the tech disruption, the decentralized finance with crypto, AI, all this is converging and creating more and more of a quantum economy where the private jet is going to be key. Also, my new book, Be Aware But Don't Care, is out as well. This is more of a personal development book. So if you already have the money to buy a private jet and you're thinking about it, this is the book for you. If you're not quite there with your money, maybe need some tweaking with your mindset, with your health, whatever, Be Aware But Don't Care is interesting book for you to read. Be aware. We need to be aware of what's happening in the world, but don't care because we need to focus on our own business. This is really, really key. Forget what, the political people are doing out there and what's happening in the world. You need to be aware, but you need to stay focused on what you're doing and not waste your time scrolling on social media all day long to try and find out or entertain yourself. Now, what should you be doing now? If you are a buyer, you need to lock your private jet in now before the dollar strengthens. This is something that needs to be considered. If you are a business person, you want to really get yourself a jet now, or at least the use of a jet, which is where a lease can be something that may work for you. You can reach out to me. We do a one-to-one call and come up with the right business jet strategy for you. Share this video with a friend of yours that's maybe looking to buy their own private jet, and watch more episodes of BizJet TV here. Lots of information, over almost 1,100 videos here on private aviation. And so lots of information for you here to help you make an informed decision. And remember, as I always say, the pilots are more important than the aircraft. So here we look at the whole holistic thing about the private jet. It's not just about the jet, it's about the operations of the jet afterwards, and the pilot is more important than the jet, and I can help you with that one too. That's all from Fabrizio Poli here on BizJet TV, and I'll see you on the next one.